Good morning, Salado Youth and Family. Hope that you are doing well today. In today's passage that Dr. Mosser so greatly explained about Sarah and Hagar, the story in the Old Testament, in Genesis 21, if you want to look it up. And he talked a lot about envy and how envy is a thing that can really cause problems in families in the example of this story. And envy really is an insidious thing. It can really become a problem. And I get it. I understand, guys, because where you are in your life, probably more so than just about any point in life, you're being compared to people constantly by your teachers, by your coaches, and sometimes, unfortunately, your parents. Why can't you be like your other sibling or whatever? Like we all fall into these traps. And that's not to say that your parents are bad or anything, but it's just, it's easy to do. And envy can really start to take over our lives and become a thing that hurts us. And it makes us become less of who we should be, less of who God's made us to be. Because rather than being motivated to do great for ourselves and for the glory of God, we turn it into one-upsmanship against other people. And we spend a lot of negative energy and thought into looking out at others and wishing we have what they have. And as Dr. Mosser Riley pointed out in the sermon, contentment is what really helps us break that. Learning to understand that what we have is enough, who we are is enough. We have a God who loves us and fulfills his promises to us and brings us into his love and into the family of our church. And all of the good that we have is amazing. And we just need to quit comparing ourselves to other people, be our best for who we are. And it kind of makes me think, last night I was watching The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. I don't know if you've seen this show. It's pretty funny. And there's a character in it named Jacqueline who spends her whole life, she's in the upper crust of New York society. She's got tons of money, and she's just constantly thinking about, is this painting I just bought for $40,000 as good as the painting in someone else's house? Is this dress that I'm buying as good as the dress that someone else has? And it's all because she's trying to escape her past and who she used to be, and she's ashamed of it. And so she tries to overcompensate constantly by worrying and trying to figure out what the next big trend is and how she can get on top of it early. And there's a moment in the show, way into the seasons, where she finally sort of figures out that she doesn't really care about what other people think, because there's these other characters that are constantly trying to torment her with how much she doesn't have and how poor she is because she doesn't have all this money. And it's a beautiful moment in the show, and sorry to spoil it for you if you haven't seen it, but where she just kind of realizes, I don't care. I don't care what you think. I am who I am. And I think it's a really beautiful moment. And I think while that's not a Bible story, it's a show, but it really points out a really great truth about when we can learn to be content in ourselves and in who we are and in our own value as beloved children of God. That's when we start to live free. It's not about gaining enough stuff that we can consider ourselves free, enough money we don't have to worry, enough status we don't have to worry, because we're always going to compare ourselves to somebody else. No matter how good we are, we're always going to compare ourselves to someone else. And if we can get to that point where we can realize that God loves us and we have family and community that loves us as well, then that's when we can experience true freedom. So I hope that you can learn to find that today, that you can learn to see that it doesn't matter. God still loves you, we still love you, and we want the best for you, and that's what we have to stay focused on and not what others have. So thank you for being here this morning. We love all of you. Hope to see you all soon in person. Peace.